and welcome to Sellismere. I'm sorry that you have to come at such a bleak time in our town's history.
We're here. We're here exactly because of. Exactly because of.
All right, I'm back.
Okay.
I
So
found
we
out what his
decided.
name was.
Oh, what?
It was Nidrock.
That sounds familiar.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kyle
Darn
is
shame he
cooler.
just changed his name. Yeah. Darn shame.
Next time there will be a Kyle.
Yeah. I'll make an NPC named Kyle very soon. Don't worry.
Cool.
And shit, there was something else that I was going there to find, and then I didn't do it. Oh well, that's fine. Oh, it was his voice. That was what it was.
Okay, so gonna fly.
Okay. This is Nidrock talking now, because I remembered his voice. Okay.
Well,
Okay.
hi. Nice of you to join us, sir.
Thank you for your service.
And you for yours. Thank you.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
You okay?
Yeah.
So do we want to? I guess do we want to fly two people, and if this is what we're going with, do we want to fly two people over and dimension door back, or do we want to fly two people, invisible one?
I can invisible more than one.
It seems like if you fly folks over the city, the distraction might not work very well because they'll see the source of it.
That's fair. It's fair, even if we teleport back. So invisible might be good for that. Invisible might be the way to go. That's why we keep you around, Nidrock.
I do try and be useful.
So invisible, little strike squad, fly them, go over, set off some explosives, and then during the chaos, try and get everyone out and deal with what happens after that. Is this
That
our
might be
plan?
our best shot. Yeah.
That part is what concerns me. What do you
The whole
plan
thing
on doing
concerns me.
once everyone is out?
How good are the townsfolk at running?
With the threat of their lives looming over their head, I would imagine very.
It's a good motivator.
But do you just plan to leave Selesmere here and the wraiths with it?
Well, we should probably find more people to deal with the wraiths than us. You know, 7 including your guards or however many.
True.
Yeah. Even us 4, I don't know that we could take on several hundred wraiths at once. Even if we funneled them into an advantageous position with the terrain, I still think it would be too many.
It would take a while, for sure.
We'd need some sort of larger force.
And our larger force is pretty far away right now, unfortunately.
I see.
Yeah.
That does sound like a reasonable idea, though. We should... Well, I'll see what I can do about finding folks who can be messengers, getting word out to nearby towns and cities, see what we can find. Borealis may not be able to spare troops, but maybe somewhere else can.
Yeah. I mean, we'll do our best to pick off any pursuers, but a full-on assault just, I don't think is really possible right now.
Yeah.
That's likely true. Very well. What can I do to speed you along?
Do you have any explosives? We have a little bit, but I mean, if you've got more.
We do. Mining requires some amount of explosives.
Oh, fancy that.
The mine itself is impossible to get to without going through the town or around it in a rather obvious way, but we should have some stores, not in this ward of the city, but in a less populated one, perhaps. Not near the museum where they seem to be gathering.
Do we know why they're gathering at the museum? I forget.
No.
They just like it.
I
It's
don't
cool.
know what might be there.
You got a lot of neat artifacts there.
Not that I know of. I mean, we have.
Did you pick up an artifact and it was like demons
history,
like this?
but...
Okay.
No, not particularly.
Town's history.
Yeah,
Out
just the
of
establishment, the mine, that kind of thing. Yes, Kayana.
Out of curiosity, you wouldn't happen to have any, for example, like donut-shaped artifacts in there?
Pulls out annulus from back pocket.
Oh, you mean
You
this?
wouldn't have to have one of these, would you?
We're collectors.
No, I haven't seen one of those before.
Okay, cool. If you did, we'd be in a lot bigger danger.
I'm glad I don't then.
Yeah.
All right. But yes, I don't know what could be there. The town was, founded many years ago. There are some artifacts from its founder, some memoirs, and then bits of, the first brick from the mine and that kind of thing.
Who was the founder?
Long back, a man named Yeah, I'm totally doing that. Alistair McDirk. Alistair
Okay.
McDirk was a player character that one of my friends played in like the first D&D campaign I was ever in long term, and that name
Nice.
just popped into my head, and I was like, yeah, all right, sure.
Hell yeah. Good for him.
Good for him.
Also, unrelated question, totally. On a
Yes.
scale of blowing up a house to blowing up the entire town,
Mm.
how much explosives are in here?
Within the city, in our stock here,
Yeah.
probably enough to take out maybe a quarter or a third of the city.
Is
We
it
blew up the
within a
mine.
quarter or a third of the museum by chance?
Ah, I see what you're thinking. Yes, that should fall in the correct range.
I mean,
So we would need to. It'll send rubble into the sky. It won't be safe to be near the city. So we'd still need to get folks away. But we could
Yep.
do a sort
Right.
of double pronged thing.
lessen them, make them less likely to chase after by
Hmm.
more than decimating them, hopefully.
Yes. That could work. It's just crazy enough to work.
That's what most people say about me.
Hmm.
I was about to say,
I
yeah,
get
that
that.
seems very on brand for him.
Yes. It's becoming apparent rather quickly. I like it. Now, those who go to set off these explosives.
Yeah.
Unless you have a very clever way of doing so, it's likely they'll be caught in the blast.
Dimension door.
It's probably going to explode more than
500
500.
feet is, yeah,
How-
it's not as much as a third of the city.
Okay.
It'll get you away from, like, ground zero, but it won't make you safe.
Cool.
2 dimension doors.
All right, I'm just saying, all we have to do is get. What's our range? No, it's only. Hold on. Not far enough yet. I don't have my quarter of a mile. Calm down over there. Quarter of a mile Eldritch Blast yet.
Damn.
Unfortunate.
I was focusing more on battlefield control first, and then I'm going for sniper after that.
Okay, but how far do you have?
240.
Was it 240? Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's pretty good. Well, actually, screw Eldritch Blast for that. Firebolt is 240 feet too.
Ooh.
Didn't realize that was the same range. So that would be
So you could light a fuse
740 feet.
Yeah.
We could bamf away.
I could also. It wouldn't be that much, but I could take someone an additional 30 feet.
Do you have a shelter that would be able to withstand, that would be nearby?
Only within the quarter of the city that's occupied.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured, yeah. Well, our other alternative would be to, no, that won't work.
So,
Light a bunch of
when
torches.
blasting in the mines, we will use some kind of a fuse.
Okay.
Depending on the fuse, the length of it,
Yeah.
could get yourself a good bit of time.
Will there be some of these fuses in stock room, wherever all this is?
Perhaps, but if not, it's not hard to make them. I mean, rope can do, though it will take a while.
Okay.
Okay. I also have protection from energy and absorb elements prepared, so
I don't
I
know what
could.
that means.
Is that new age anti-vax garbage?
Most decidedly
Your
not.
new age medicine?
I just mean that I can ward someone against fire, and if I myself end up getting caught up in it, I can also temporarily ward myself.
You can do
Okay.
magic.
Yes.
Ah. Okay. Okay. All right. That's impressive. Only time I've encountered magic before is the few times I've been to Borealis. I didn't, Wow. Can all of you do magic? Jeff kind
Oh,
of...
not him.
Not me.
Us three can.
Yeah.
Wow.
Check it out. Wait, do I have prestidigitation on her?
Druidcraft.
I do.
Sweet. He's just kind of like, whoa. You just use it like willy-nilly? That's...
Well, some of it, yeah.
Some of it. Something simple like this can be done at will, but
simple for you,
there.
maybe. Wow. That's, Okay, sorry. I'll stop gawking.
Oh
We
no,
have work
it's.
to do. This is a good tool.
I get that a lot too.
Shut up.
Wait. No.
Shut
Wow.
the hell your mouth.
Bad.
That's
To the
kinda
corner
winks
with
at you,
young
Warthog.
man.
Oh my god.
I'll wink back. Screw it. Oh.
Now's a perfect time for that emoji, Nick.
You know what?
Oh no.
You're right.
Yes.
Oh.
Amazing. I hope the stream can see that.
Oh.
It's so good.
All right. So Nidrak is kind of like regaining his composure after the last moment of conversation and says, "Well, all right. So you can use your magic to light the fuse from afar." And excuse me. Wow, hold on.
No, take your time. Take your time, buddy. It's fine. It's fine. You know, we're not in a rush or anything, man. You know, there's not. You know, don't worry
There's
about it.
not
No, it's fine.
doom knocking at the door or anything. No, indeed.
You get it. You get it. No, I'm glad.
Yes. So you can light the fuse from afar. The fuse, depending on material and length, could give you a few minutes even, but we can't have it too long or they might find it and try and put it out. So who's
It's true.
who's going? I can offer some of the guards to help cover whoever is going to set the fuse, but
Well, they won't see us going, so I don't think we should risk any guards.
I am more than okay with that.
Yeah. I think it should be you and me.
We have the most escape potential, and Ilya and Jeff are going to be good at helping people out.
Yeah.
So.
I also have the warding in case things go wrong.
Yeah, no, I think that makes the most sense. If anybody jumps the villagers, Ilya and Jeff will just kind of clap them, and then, you know, we can go in and blow up a town. It was on my bucket list.
Interesting bucket list. I
Sorry about your
guess
town,
I
by the
shouldn't
way,
be surprised.
preemptively.
It's better the buildings than the people.
Yeah.
We can rebuild salt bricks. We can't rebuild human bodies.
Yeah.
Or half-elf bodies, or dwarf bodies, or tiefling bodies, or the like.
Humanoid bodies.
All inclusive. I like it.
That.
Um,
Easier to say. I like it.
Kana,
Yes.
how long does your invisibility last?
Let me double check on that. It lasts for an hour.
Hour. Flies only. Okay. Because I would sure like to get into the museum and see what all the fuss is about.
Right.
Also, would rather us not die.
Yeah.
Is there's no way we can. There's no like windows high up that you just conveniently leave open in the museum. Is there?
It is a tall building. As far as windows go, we don't have the materials for glass around here, so most of them are either open or shuttered with wood.
We could
Land on the roof.
take a swing by there. See if we can see anything screwy going on
It's
before we.
risky, but if you think you can pull it off, and it would gain you something, then
Well,
I
clearly
think you're
there's
right.
something
There's something.
here.
Yes, there's something there that's drawing them.
The
I
only
see
question
the sense
is
behind what you say.
why? Why is it drawing them? Is it drawing them because it's a giant lighthouse that just says, "Hey, come here," or is it drawing them because it gives them some sort of power, or because they're afraid of it and they don't want anybody else to have it? Because if it's the latter, I'd like it.
That's
So let's see here. So if we invisibility us, that lasts us an hour. That's plenty of time.
sorry. If you
Yes.
invisibility, you what?
It'll last us an hour. That's plenty of time. I can fly us both. That'll leave me with one spellcast for Dimension Door if I need. I'm assuming you can't make us do the whole walk stealthy good thing while we're invisible.
I think
No,
about
I
maintaining
cannot.
concentration on a spell.
Well, invisibility is a concentration
That's
spell.
illustrative. Yeah, I figured it was. So I wasn't sure.
I mean, technically, while we are invisible, we do have advantage on stealth checks.
Yeah, the +10 would be awesome though too, because then there'd be virtually no risk.
Yeah.
Advantage works out to like a +3.5.
Yeah. So I mean, we won't. Yeah, it'll be stealthy. If we get into some real crap, we can just dimension door out real quick. But then they're going to be alerted. They won't know where we teleport to, though.
Yeah.
Now, do we risk it?
If they, I hate to suggest this, but in the interest of my people,
Yeah.
if they are alerted, they'll likely descend on the townsfolk of where the alert. There are enough of them to send a dozen after you, 200 after.
Fair.
I would say,
Right.
if you alert them, what you should do is have some kind of a backup plan. Allows you to just detonate. So that as soon as they're alerted, town is up. You get yourselves out, blow to smithereens, and run. We can meet up.
I agree. We take care of the explosive first, and then we get intrigue if we can.
And then, that
You
makes
don't
Yeah.
sense.
necessarily need to set the fuse off or have a some way. Some remote detonator kinds.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah. We'd have to set up something for us to hit. Shouldn't be too bad. So, I mean, at that point, we might as well. Okay. So, how about this? Go invisible.
Mm-hmm.
Fly over to the storehouse.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and set the fuse for a long timer.
Mm-hmm.
Get a barrel of explodey juice somewhere where I can hit it, and then try and go get some information. If crap hits the fan, we hit the go-go juice and we go. And then if crap doesn't hit the fan, then we just meet back up and casually stroll out.
Okay, I'm fine with this.
Sounds reasonable to me.
Elia, you and Jeff good with helping out the townsfolk and
Yeah, just
good with this plan?
be safe, you two.
I mean, yeah, of course.
He'll be safe with me around.
Don't you guys do that again, Jeff says. Don't worry me.
Yeah, I was about to say, like,
He'll be safe with me. Oh, you mean the girl who died last time?
You mean the girl he gave the poison to kill herself to?
I was using it for medicinal benefits.
Very
Benefits,
long-term medicinal benefits.
Medicinal benefits, such as not living.
Sign me up.
Can't be diseased if you're
out.
dead.
He right, though.
The virus can't attack you if there's no you.
Oh, I'm not even talking about the virus, dude.
I know. I just the everything, but virus was an easy
Yeah,
word.
the everything.
Yeah, fuck the
God.
everything. Jeez.
I wish.
You know what? No, I'm not drinking water to that. I'm drinking rum to that.
Hell yeah.
Actually, this rum is amazing. Really
Come
fucking
What
good.
kind is it?
Safe, you two. That's all I have to say.
We are
got
in
it.
no way associated with this distillery. It's from Seven Brothers, which is like a
Mhm.
Cleveland distillery that actually the distillery is in Lake Erie. It's like on islands that are like just off the shore of Lake Erie. It's really interesting. And the rum's flavor profile is very different from anything I've ever had before. It's
That's a lot of
like,
brothers.
It is. It is a lot of brothers. Probably a Catholic family, you know?
Oh.
But I mean, it's like, yeah, people use bright to describe, like they already use it to describe some kinds of liquors, but it's like you kind of hear it and it's like, oh, it's like bright for a rum or like bright for a scotch, like it had citrus to it.
Yeah,
This is not that. This is just actually bright in its flavor. Like not liquor bright, just like bright.
They encased the sun and put it in a bottle.
Pretty
Don't
much.
drink it.
It's really interesting.
And then they
How
let it
s-
ferment.
How smooth is it?
Very smooth, actually. No burn going down, which is very impressive. For like it doesn't.
Foolproof rum.
Yeah. Actually,
Any
45%. Not even just a 40.
any hint of perhaps creaminess to it?
No, I wouldn't say creaminess. I'd say it's more citrus and spice.
Okay.
What?
I'm still down regardless.
It's super, super tasty. I don't know if it'll be available anywhere near you, but if you ever come up to Cleveland, Get a bottle.
No, don't worry. I plan on it eventually.
After the
I
Rona
thought you
passes.
were gonna be like, no, don't worry, Cleveland's not for me.
Also reasonable. It's not for
That
most
wasn't
folk.
what I was going for. I do mean to visit you and Emily eventually. Just, once the world stops burning down and all that.
Yeah, that's probably good.
So I actually saw a Facebook post earlier today where it was like, once all this shit is over, I'm going to French my friends for a full 45 seconds.
Hell yeah.
All right, Matt, get ready.
Oh baby. I was born ready.
Oh no. I'm trying to look for it. There's a GIF I saw posted.
Boy.
Y'all know the GIF of they like pick up one of those tiny like water hole covers, and a raccoon
Mhm.
pops up, scurries away. They place it back, and the raccoon immediately runs back, picks up, and dives in.
Mhm.
Seen that?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Me at quarantine after I get released. Just right back in.
Yep. Yeah. It'll be like a day where I'm like, oh, there's so much time and ways and places to go that are open, and fuck all this shit. I'm going back home.
Yeah.
I'm hitting up the salon and dyeing my hair and then going back inside.
Yeah.
Hell
That's
yeah.
reasonable. I guess my hair probably is redone. Anyhow, D&D. So,
Yeah.
what y'all doing? Starting to execute your plan?
Our best.
Everyone ready?
Are doing your best. Nidrock will head with Jeff and Ilya to kind of help coordinate things, and he actually turns to the two of you as you're walking, Ilya and Jeff, and says, "We should try and keep the low profile as we can. Of course, to get the word out as much as possible. Time comes, people should stay to seem like
Stay inside.
Stay inside, social distancing. You don't want to catch explosion.
they can't social distance, but they can stay home.
That's fine.
Don't want the wraiths to see if anything is.
Right.
Should seem like business as usual. Very last. All right, break. He'll go his own way.
All right, hands in on 3.
Team on 3. 1, 2, 3. Team.
Oh no.
That's felt weirdly modern. I don't know what modern means. Well, I know what modern means, but it means something different in this context.
Are you okay, sir? Is the
What?
stress getting to you?
What stress? Where's that bird?
Oh no.
What bird?
Uh-oh.
No bird? Shit.
Close your eyes.
No,
Don't
it's a
look.
plane.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Oh, okay.
Don't
Good.
look or it'll get you. Whoa.
Superman.
Coronavirus is just bird box.
What?
Oh gosh.
Don't go outside. Cover up your orifices.
You
Use
and I
a bird
watched
to
a
get around
different.
town.
You and I watched a very different bird box.
All right. So,
Yeah, that. I can count on one hand the number of times I've heard somebody say "cover up your orifices," and it's one. Now, go work hard.
did you just self high five?
Yeah, and I'll do it again
Of
too.
course.
You are the best.
Fuck yeah, I am.
Oh my lord. Okay.
This
So
is why I love her.
I don't have my dice. I'll be back.
You want me to roll for you?
Okay.
Oh, you got a 1. It's a darn shame.
That's too bad because I was rolling for Nidrock getting people to inside, like spread the
no.
word. So I guess
Wait.
nobody knows what's going on.
Ah, fuck,
Oh,
just like
fuck.
America.
Oh,
no.
oh fuck! No,
Real.
it's too real.
Ugh.
Have you
Oh,
guys
God.
seen those like gifs of like synchronized swimmers, but it's like the underwater view?
Yeah.
I saw a post the other day that was that GIF, and they're doing all the stuff, and then like the first comment was, "That's what them goth people dance like on land."
What?
Because they're underwater, right? And they're doing these sort
Yeah.
of things to like turn around. And have you ever seen the GIF of like the cyber goth people dancing underneath the bridge? And they're all
Yes,
just
I
like,
have actually. Yeah, yeah.
that's how them goth people dance on land.
That is such an A+ comment, though.
Like the wording is what really killed me.
Yeah.
Sounded like an old country grandpa, just like,
That's how them goth people do it.
How they do it?
hello,
Yep. That.
you're
yep.
muted.
Oh, hi.
Why are you talking about me and my country grandpa accent?
What? No?
You
That's how
don't
them-
have a country grandpa accent.
That's what you think.
That's how,
Touche.
Okay, you did not actively have one.
I just hide it. People knew the real me sounded like, they'd all run for the hills.
That's accurate.
nobody knows the real me.
Yeah.
Sir,
I am an enigma
ma'am.
of God's design.
I am an enigma of God's design. None shall know me.
It's high
All
noon.
shall. Wait, hold on.
So, Kayana, you want to go
It's
while he's
high
talking
noon.
to himself?
All right, so Harley, well, I guess Ilya, roll for. What do I want to make this? Performance? No, probably not performance.
Straight charisma?
Yeah, probably straight charisma.
Or a charisma saving throw?
No, it's not a saving throw. Just check.
Damn it, okay.
Okay, the DC reflects the fact that it's not possible to have proficiency in this.
10.
Cool. What's Jeff's charisma?
-7.
D&D bond.
I can check.
Checking.
It's fairly decent.
I think it's a +3, but I'm just double checking.
Yeah, +3.
Cool.
Okay.
So he got a 15, and
Dope.
Mayor Nidrak Kyle rolls with advantage.
Oh fuck.
These are his people.
And he has a +2 to charisma, so that is a 17. So a 10, a whatever I said Jeff got, which was what?
15?
15?
15.
That sounds right. That's what was in my head, so I'm going to go with it. And 17. With that, it'll
Their
take you
short-term memory
guys...
sucks.
I was focusing on like 3 things at once, like as I rolled that die. Otherwise, it would have
Yeah,
been fine.
but us three. Us
Oh.
three, our short-term memory sucks.
Oh, okay, that's fair. That's...
Wait, when do we start playing D&D?
We're playing D&D?
Wow.
Whoa, man.
Alright,
How did I get here? Who are you people?
Wait, that's long-term memory. Shit!
Oh no.
Harley's bad at both, girl.
Yeah, I am a
woman.
certified dumbass.
No.
Wait, how do I get that certification?
You gotta go online and fill out a form.
Oh, okay.
Or, alternatively, you fail to figure out how to go online and fill out the form.
That's the test.
Then they mail
Oh.
you the certificate.
But how do they know my address?
They know.
They know.
Oh.
They bought it from Amazon.
Oh no.
Alright, so with that roll, I'll say it takes you guys about half an hour to get everybody and to calm folks down. Like, the roll also accounts for like a few people like, what the fuck, you're gonna blow up my hometown, and like try and go outside and like and
Listen,
like
listen.
calm
not
them
gonna be
the
a
fuck
hometown
down.
much longer. Come hang out at our island. It's better.
Why Harley, or this is why Ilya only got a 10, because she said it's not gonna be your hometown for much longer.
Listen, I
Oh,
tell it as
yeah.
it is.
She got a point. Y'all want to go to an island? It's
like
like
a
a paradise,
vacation?
except we're gonna put all of you to work.
Hold up, I'm just
like
gonna warm
That
up my
sounds like
drink for
normal
a sec.
life.
It's
Yeah.
like a new hometown, but instead of a wall, we have water.
Blackjack and hook. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Water's good too.
Wait, what was that
No,
last one?
There's blackjack,
Oh, good, good. I like blackjack.
and I need money.
But Warthog is Warthog's the dealer.
Yeah.
Oh, hmm.
So
Am I allowed to win since it's not my island?
I mean, sure, you can try.
Okay.
you're not allowed to
alright.
win the island, but no.
That's fair. Well, I mean, depends on what you bet, right? Just saying.
Yeah.
What about
I
your
suppose.
life?
Bet 1,000,000 bells.
My life wire. Wait.
You could just do a blowjob for
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
All,
the
okay,
Animal
you kind
Crossing.
of cut out there, and all I heard was, "But you can just blowjob for that."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Sorry, Harley,
the-
I'm microwaving a thing. Can you link the link
Oh,
between?
Let me go
I'm
get
not
it.
opening
need-
that up for the stream. Not
I,
doing it.
I need to go get
listen.
some bells. I'll be back. Okay.
It's really
I need to go
good,
get
right?
some bells.
Okay.
So
Listen,
how long does
just
it take to
think
get
of
a
all
million
the-
bells?
Not that long. Just catch
yeah,
a few
Not that long.
stringfish and
Yeah.
find a
catch-
tarantula island.
Apparently, yeah. Tarantula
Yeah,
Islands
it's
are
like
just
3
God.
inventories worth of tarantulas. It's not that bad.
Okay. All right. Wow, that's cheap. All right.
Yeah.
Isn't it like 100 tarantulas? A little more than? Aren't they 8,000 each?
If you have Flick in town, he buys them for 1,200. Also, you get inventory and you get
Expansion.
inventory expansions more that you play.
Hmm,
Hi, I've had
fair.
alcohol.
Hi, I'm Nick. Where were we? I got distracted by blowjobs and bells.
That's reasonable.
I thought so.
That is an excellent name for an album.
I was gonna say it should be the episode title.
No, it shouldn't.
No, it should.
No, it
No,
really
it
shouldn't.
should not.
But what it should be is a
Billion
segue
stuff.
into D&D again. So,
Yeah.
Ilya and Jeff and Nidrock were walking through the town, calming people down and telling them the plan. It will take them approximately half an hour, and since this was actually my fault for not bringing it up as DMPC, Nidrock mentioned that he'll give you all a signal when they're ready to go. Be something discreet, but
All right.
and I believe we're gonna jump to Kayana and Buck.
Sick. Wait, no, I shouldn't be saying that during a pandemic. Sweet.
Flu shot. Minor injury.
Minor injury.
So what are y'all up to? How are you starting? Plan?
I suppose we need to cast invisibility, so I need to do that at 3rd level, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
When you cast a spell using a spell slot 3rd level or higher, you can target 1 additional creature. Okay, so yeah, that's invisibility cast. We should probably hang on to each other because we're not going to be able to see each other.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, we're talking
yeah.
Kayana are holding hands, walking through the streets.
Aw.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
I mean, that literally would be the best way to do this. So
Yeah, it would be. You know, the dying, infested streets of the shadowy things.
Yeah.
they're not actively dying, everyone there's already dead. So much
Yeah.
cheerier, right?
Yay!
Much better.
Oh my god. Oh my
It sounds
god.
much nicer than
Yeah.
what's going on. Like,
But okay, so I'd like you both to roll stealth checks as Warthog and Kayana creep through the mostly deserted alleyways of this town. This eerie silence just closes in around you, and every small noise makes you jump in fear. As you're creeping through
23.
13.
with advantage,
Yeah.
it's okay. Warthog is able to help you out. Just through like touch alone, at one point Warthog can tell Kayana that you're about to like stumble into a small pothole that he stepped around, and kind of just
fuck.
pulls you to the side just in time so that you avoid it and do not stumble and cry out.
Heh.
You manage to kind of make your way to your first destination, which I'm assuming is stockpile.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're gonna
bombs
go there
first.
and get the stuff set up, both the contingency and the fuse.
This section of town is relatively deserted. You see some wraiths here and there patrolling the alleyways, and at one point you almost bump into one.
I'll
But
flip them.
he cannot see you, and that is well. You flip him the bird, and just none the wiser, this thing just glides past you, shadow trailing it like a bride's dress. And continue on until you find a stockpile building that Nidra described to you. It's relatively plain looking. It is salt brick like the rest of them, but what sets it apart is that the entrance to it is designed to look like the entrance to a mine, so that it is notable from the outside. There doesn't seem to be any signage around to like mark it with words or anything. This is really the only landmark you go by, but you're pretty sure it.
Should be able to tell once we get in pretty easily.
Yes. Heading inside, you see just row after row of mining tools. Pickaxes, carts, shovels, small like crowbar or hammer-like implements, and a few tools for like identifying things that are not salt that people might find in the mine in case they're or some other sort of crystalline object. It's kind of like almost what you would tools on a few tables here. And at the back of the room is a desk and a stairway, well, a door leading to a stairway leading. The door is not a door, it's a jar.
Damn. How are we gonna fit through that?
Don't get your hands stuck.
Alright, who has a pair of pliers? We gotta ship in a bottle this.
I got mage hand. It'll be fine.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Okay. Is it
all right.
possible to get past the ajar door
Easily.
easily? Okay. Cool.
All right. Heading downstairs.
What was that?
You're weird. Oh, is it me? Because I know.
Oh, it's that. That's interesting.
Up?
Okay. Heading down. There is no light, so you are heading into darkness. But as you do, the air grows cooler, damper. You know that you're heading underground. It seems to be a storeroom of sorts, and as your eyes adjust, did Ganassi get dark vision? Okay, cool. As your
Yeah,
eyes
we both-
adjust to
Yeah.
the low light, and you can begin to see your normal range again, you do see a bunch of like, urns with which are filled with a sort of black grainy powder. Each grain is like the size of a very small.
Gunpowder, yay!
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Now where's the nitroglycerin?
Oh no, that's nitroglycerin. Don't move, don't breathe, don't do anything. Except pray. I love that movie. I also found out that that character is supposed to be Italian. His accent is not Italian.
What, Vinny?
Yeah.
What movie is this?
This
Atlantis.
is Atlantis. Was he not?
Oh,
Was he
yeah.
maybe like from Brooklyn or something?
Maybe. Could have been.
Like it wasn't like obviously it wasn't Italian.
Yeah, it
It
could
was
have been
some
like
sort
New
of
York
American.
Italian. It's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That movie is gold. Like
love
that
that
is
movie.
one of my favorite
seen it in
movies,
so
and it
long.
is a darn shame that it
Didn't do as well as other Disney movies.
yeah.
Agreed. It's a really good one.
Yeah.
I guess it gets the status of cult classic, but like that movie is fucking gold.
So, you see that you are in the very storeroom that you were told about.
Okay. Well, any fuses laying around?
Make an investigation check for me.
I should also make one. I'll do it separately because I don't think I could help him without being able to see him.
Fair.
Oh. Yeah.
That is a 19 for me. Oh,
What was it for War Talk?
14.
Kayana, you, as you're searching around, you are kind of shifting through. So I can turn my. You're kind of shifting past some of these barrels, like kind of moving them to the side and looking around at the back. And at first you're not really finding anything, and so you start looking elsewhere. You head to kind of the back of the room, which it looked from afar like it just kind of like the ended like 4 walls. But you discover there's actually a little bit of an alcove, hard to see. And as you kind of sidle back, it's a bit of a narrow pass. You kind of get your body to its side and kind of scoot through. You come out into another room, which is actually pretty similar to the first, except that these barrels aren't filled with like straight gunpowder. They're more like small packages of gunpowder, which could be like tossed through. And in here, up on the walls, kind of on hooks, you find several.
all right. I found it. We got it.
We got a rundown of how long it takes these fuses to go, right?
Nope.
Pick a god and pray.
Yeah.
Um,
Now these fuses are not themselves attached to any explosives, right?
These are just.
We could probably cut off a section and then test it out.
yeah.
Use math to extrapolate, based on this length of rope, T seconds, etc.
That makes sense.
Good idea.
Yeah, so we'll do it on the floor.
Yeah.
Away from all of the explosives.
Yeah.
All right. So you pick a clear section of floor. You cut off.
I'm gonna like create a little bit of water there and then kind of brush it away.
Like make
Just
like a
to make
moat
sure it's like
kind of thing. Oh,
yeah,
like just clear it off
like,
completely. Gotcha.
Yeah, just make sure there's not residue.
Okay. Cool.
Because this would be a really lame way to lose a character.
Fair enough.
Alternatively, it'd be fucking hilarious.
It would be. It'd be both at the same time. It'd be like, that was not a cool story, but also, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So you cut off a length, let's say maybe 3 inches,
Sure. That's
and
pretty small. Yeah. 3 inches is fine.
I mean, if you want to cut off a different length, that's fine. I just chose one.
Let's do 6 inches.
Okay. Not gonna make the joke.
I saw that. Admittedly, I was thinking.
Yeah.
We're both guilty here, okay?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So you cut off a length about 6 inches, and
Nah.
who's lighting it?
Probably him.
All right.
I'll light it.
Kayana, I do need you to make a saving throw.
What kind?
I believe wisdom is what we've been going with.
Oh fuck, you're right. Oh yeah. Okay, that is 22.
Okay. All right, that's enough.
Thank God I have a +9 to this thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. The DC was actually 21 on that, so good roll. Warthog, you can like see Kayana visibly like focusing
no, he
and calming
can't.
herself.
We're invisible.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, good point. You maybe
I can
hear her
deep
breath
breathing.
steadying, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's very deliberate in and out. As
Okay.
you clear the ground and I guess you're probably using some cantrip. You have fire.
Firebolt. Yeah.
Very little firebolt. To light it, and the 6-inch length takes about 5 minutes to burn.
Hold on, I'm still listening. I just need to get my charging cable.
Okay.
All right. So, I guess if we want this, what? Why are you begging? What do you want?
Attention.
No. Do it again. Do it again. Do it. You won't do it. Oh, she's.
Ah!
Kitty!
Oh my god, that's adorable.
Kitty! Is she begging? Does she want up?
Yes. Good girl.
What a good
Baby!
cat!
Cat.
She is baby. Harley, I'll send you a picture of her sitting on Ethan's lap.
Good cat.
Vivi is baby.
Yeah. Okay, so if that took 5 minutes, how long do we want the fuse to go for? 30? 20?
Sure.
Okay.
Sounds good to me. That should give us enough reaction time and prevents them from, I guess, discovering it and putting it out.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll get 4 times 6.
Is 24?
Yeah.
Math is hard.
So we'll get 24 inches of it.
Math is hard when you're inebriated. Just saying.
I think I actually get a bit better at math when I'm drunk, but I recognize that is the exception and not the rule.
It's not like I was all
curve.
that great at it anyway. Mental math. I'm not good at mental math. When I can write it down, I'm good.
It's fair.
All right, so yeah, we'll get that. We'll tie it up to a barrel, and then we just need to get a barrel up into a window, or there are no windows. We need to get a barrel somewhere.
Well, he said there were windows. They just weren't glass. They were either open or they were wooden shutters.
For the museum, there was. Were there any windows in this building?
You noticed a few on the top floor.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah,
Just
we're
like a
Okay.
couple here and there.
good. Yeah, that's all we need.
In that case, that should be fine.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll get the length set up. We'll get that well, a little bit more than 24 inches, so it can be, put up to the barrel.
Mhm.
Okay, so your thought is put one barrel in the top, lead the 2-foot rope out or use out the window, and so you can see it to shoot it later, and then that barrel will set off the rest of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then if need be, I can just shoot the barrel
Fair enough.
for the
For the
contingency.
failsafe.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds reasonable. So you have your failsafe set up. Ilya, let's jump back to you for a second, just so you don't get super bored. What you up to?
My best.
Okay. So after you've, as I said, it was kind of taking you guys like 30 minutes to do all of this, but let me see. Is there anything? Like, is there anything you want to try and glean from the townsfolk? Like, do you want to ask them anything? Do you want to try and comfort folks? Do you want to like look for things while you're going around?
I mean, I just would like to make sure that people are as okay as they can be, you know?
Yeah.
Because, like, obviously this is a shitty situation.
Yeah, absolutely. So as you're going then, you come upon, just the next house, and you knock lightly on the door, and there's a pause for 10, 15 seconds. You don't hear anything. You're like about to move on, assuming the folks in there have already been alerted. Turning away when the door, and an eye crack.
Hello?
The door kind of pushes open a little bit more, and you can see what looks to be a young teenage girl standing in the door. She says, "Can I help?"
I'm going around. I'm going around with the Mayor Needrock.
Yep.
And my companion Jeff to let
It's just
everyone know.
Needrock. It's not Needrock. Kidding.
Shut up, you.
But she
We're just warning everyone of.
Other than the obvious. She kind of like, her eyes kind of fall when she says around.
We're trying to get everyone out.
Okay.
We have a plan to evacuate people.
Should go.
if you don't, you explode.
What makes you say that?
Parent. A few days. Died. I don't. Side of this town. Plates and parents.
Damn, it's a good thing I'm not around for this conversation.
Well, you have your life. And even if your parents don't have theirs, they'd want you to move on, to continue on.
I just. We'll get. Seeing all of this, it just doesn't make any. One can fight these. Kill them, or do they just keep doing this? Just seems. Make an insight check.
Okay.
And perception, actually.
Okay, well, my insight was a 7, but my perception was a 23.
Okay. It is kind of hard to get like, other than the obvious that you're clearly getting from what she's saying. It's hard to glean any like deeper motivations. But as you're looking her up and down, she is in halfway decent clothing. It's not rough spun, but it's not fine. But it does look like it hasn't been washed in a while. It looks like she hasn't been being very hygienic herself.
Oh, she's depressed. Okay.
And you also
I know
notice-
those signs.
Yeah. You also notice that there is a patch on her sleeve. That actually looks like a symbol recognized. It is a symbol of Ogma, god of knowledge, and it has been torn through, cut. Looks deliberate.
So I'm gonna take a knee in front of her and
We're
say,
a little lower than eye level with.
"That's the point."
I figured, just letting you know.
What is your name? Petra, I'm going to be honest with you. I can't guarantee that there's going to be an end to this. I can't guarantee you that tomorrow is going to be better. But what I can tell you is, it can't get better unless you try. You have to walk forward into the next day. And you have to keep trying and trying until it gets better.
See, tears start to come well up. Her eyes, not just mine.
I was about to say, don't have me like that.
You see tears
Same.
begin to well up in her eyes, and she just she takes a very hesitant step, and just her arm out, like she just.
Yeah, no, of course I hug her.
Me too.
As long as you stand, there will be people who stand with you.
She just openly starts weeping, and in between the sobs, you can just hear her saying "thank you, thank you, thank you" over and over again. And she looks in your eyes and she says, "Since my mom passed away, I haven't had talk to. I mean, of course, everyone's going through shit of this, but no one has died and seen me so long. So much for that.
You're welcome.
I'll go. I'll go with them."
Thank you. I think your parents would thank you too.
She just kind of silently takes a step back and takes a deep breath. Hear her kind of gulp down some air, and guess I'll go pack. She turns and quietly.
Before she does, if you ever find yourself needing direction, did we ever give a name to our island?
Nope.
What?
No.
Did we ever give a name to our island?
No.
Shit, this makes it
the
harder
island.
to direct people there.
Yeah.
I mean, we do know the general lay of the land around it.
Yep.
So
That's how
that'll
we've
have to,
been guiding people.
yeah, that'll be good enough. Like, you can give directions, it just doesn't have a name.
Should really.
We should
Yes.
probably come up with a name for it.
We
What?
We'll also have
probably
to
should.
spread word about the name then.
Yeah, so like what I would say is even if you had come up with a name, she wouldn't necessarily know about it, nor would anyone she asked, as it's not really
Yeah.
like you guys are big, but until you start spreading word about the island isn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just, I mean, we got the lay of the land, we got the Trader Joe's, we got the Olvari, we have markers.
Maybe it's
Point
Trader
is-
Island.
Wait, no.
Point
I
is,
feel like we'd have battles to overcome.
Pirate Joe's.
Oh fuck, you're right though.
Basically, I just want to direct her there if she needs extra guidance in life.
Okay. She like kind of bows her head deeply. Thank you. It's a lot from just a stranger. Appreciate it.
Well, stranger is just a friend you haven't met yet.
Matt reaction over. She kind of smiled. Maybe a little dangerous, but
Yeah. I can see where the danger might lie in that, yeah.
what if you know what
But-
you're doing? Like it.
There's merit to putting kindness in the world. That's what I think.
Sorry, what's your name?
Ilya.
Again, Ilya.
Me too, Petra. Friend, collect!
Parrot, get.
I'm collecting dads and students. Call me Byleth.
Oh fuck, you're right though.
Oh gosh, we're building a monastery.
Hell yeah.
You know,
All right, there
I
we
ain't
go.
mad
The island
about
is
it.
called Garrick Mock.
Ah!
I ain't mad about it. We got a student called Petra.
I don't
Yeah.
think we can
Yeah.
do Garrick Mock though because copyright, but we should come up with something that's like obviously a ripoff, but could fall under parody law.
Garug Mech.
Garrett Block.
There we go. I like it.
I like it.
I just put directed to Garrett Block in my notes for what she did for Petra. So I think that means this is canon now.
Fuck yeah!
Excellent. All right, so jumping back to the explosive, what's it called? The demolitions unit. There we go. Yeah.
There we go.
What did you just call me?
The demolitions unit.
Excuse me, what did you just call me?
An absolute unit.
There we go.
It's because that ass is explosive.
Wait, even in the way that I think you mean that this is not a good thing. Explosive diarrhea is not okay. Where will you be when the demolitions unit strikes?
Cut it off! No!
Shut it down. We're done.
Stream's peaked. Sorry guys, this is the last you'll see of the Siegebreakers. We can't go anywhere but down from here.
No, that's good. That's good. When we go down, we have more emotional trauma to build the drama up.
Ah,
That's how
You
acting works,
madman.
right?
ah.
I mean, what?
This is largely a therapy
Can't
session
say
through
it.
shared
Can't say it.
trauma.
It really is, though, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's how
That's
I
fine.
use it.
I accept my role as stand-in therapist. Therapists do funny voice.
You guys see that tweet? How it's like, Man, I wonder how many therapists are learning about Animal Crossing this week.
A lot. A
Yeah.
lot, actually.
Probably all of them.
Yeah,
Anyway.
so we set up our fuse and contingency plan.
Yes, indeed.
All right, you want to go fly for some go on a museum trip?
Let's do it.
All right.
I would love to do this under normal circumstances, but well,
Yeah.
Can
you
you
know.
cast fly and still visible?
I'm ooh.
Oh. Shit, no, you can't. I'd have to recast it. I'm okay with recasting it. I still have plenty of resources available.
And
Yeah.
fly is not concentration.
I no.
Check.
Yeah,
I mean, if
forgot about
I'm concentrating on invisibility, that counts for the both of us.
Oh,
that.
that's fair.
Yeah.
That's
It
fair.
is concentration, but I'm the one casting fly.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess if
Well, if you're, I think.
I mean, even though I'm concentrating on it, it can still. I think it still breaks if an affected target casts a spell. Yeah, the spell ends for a target that attacks or casts a spell.
Yep. All right.
So
yeah.
I would still have to recast it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pass.
But admittedly, I could cast it at a lower spell level if it's only him who's breaking it. Oh wait, no, but it would break
That
it for
would-
myself.
Yeah, that would
when
break
you
the cast
cast
for
it,
you
it
then.
would.
Yeah.
You'd have to do it level again.
That's okay. I can still do that.
All right, we still good?
We still good. It's fine.
All right. In the cover of the building, then I'll cast fly on the both of us. Wave so we
Alright.
can see each other, and then
Invis.
Okay.
all right.
All right. So, you are now flying, and as you soar over the translucent salt brick buildings, you can see the absence of light inside of them. Shadows that starts moving through buildings and alleyways, and the masses of shadow, the black mass, gets denser and denser as you get
Cancer?
closer to. Oh, I was going with Satanism, but that works too.
Oh.
Black mass, yeah.
Yeah, I get you. I get you.
It gets denser as you get
Biscuits?
closer and closer to this museum, to the point that there's like probably outside the museum there's probably 30 wraith hearts just like right around it, and you can see shapes moving inside. It's hard to tell exactly. You do in fact see an open window on one of the upper
Right.
floors.
All right. Guess we'll
Yeah, let's go
Kinda
take a look.
nudge that direction.
Okay.
Out there.
Are you trying to perch on the windowsill or just look in first?
We'll just look in at first.
Yeah.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Oh hell yeah.
23.
Oh. All right, 21. I was excited.
Well, both of you see what you see then. So with above a 20, so with above a 19, both of you are able to kind of glance in, and as you're kind of arcing around, giving it a wide berth at first, you see a pair of. They at first look like wraith hearts, but as you take kind of a closer look, it actually looks like there are two men in black capes, just kind of below.
They're just chilling in there.
They seem to be standing opposite each other, possibly talking, but it's hard to tell from as far away as.
Do you want a bird?
Okay.
Let's do
All right,
We
make
got, we got 10 minutes.
Kayana. Wait, no. Well, right. It wasn't a polymorph. It was just a fly spell. So
Yeah.
go ahead and both of you make a stealth check with advantage because.
21.
24.
There we go. All right. Yeah. Both you both kind of land yourselves right outside of the window, kind of like holding on to the sill, and you can hear the men are kind of talking in hushed tones, but you can get snippets of their conversation, and you catch bits like the research is almost complete, and yes, he'll have to report back soon. Might be almost done here. That's basically the gist of what you catch before one of them kind of they're both kind of middle of the room, and the one who is closer to the doorway and the stair side kind of turns and says, "Needed." Beckons the other out.
Where are they going?
Downstairs.
Oh, downstairs. Oh, downstairs.
They jump out the window.
Dimension door, huh?
We're needed.
5 people need me. Just downstairs into the.
So you're about 2 floors off of ground. So there's like one more
Gotcha.
floor below you that is it's kind of it's not actually a pyramid, but it's tiered in decreasing size.
Okay.
So the floor you're on is the smallest. This room that you're looking into seems to be the only one. It's maybe 15 feet on a side, relatively Spartan. A few knickknacks here and there, like older things that were taken out of the museum and put in storage. And then the floor below is bigger, maybe 30 or so feet long by 15. Base floor is the. They are going
Okay.
down as far as you know, just to the next floor. Know if they're.
Okay.
I say we take a pass around.
All right. Yeah. We'll take a pass around.
What does that mean?
See if there's anything on that floor we can see. Up and look
Yeah.
at. Do.
Okay.
Scan through the windows to try and find them.
If just on the floor you're on, or on the.
The lower
Lower.
floor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That was what. Okay.
Yeah.
There are 2 open windows on this floor. The other 4 are shuttered.
Okay.
If you just want to try and look through the 2, that's easy enough. As you're flying past, do you guys want to like split and try and go one or the other? Going to.
Not when we can't see
We'll
each other.
collide. Yeah.
Okay. In that case, there is. There's a window. The open windows are on. I guess really you'd only see the one on your side at first. Is that the first one you would go to? Would you try and
Reckon
fly
so.
around and then see what?
No, we'd probably pop or look at the open window as
Okay.
we go past.
Cool. So
Yeah.
you pop down. It's basically right below you and to the left. So as you look into this window, it's actually on the landing of a staircase. So you can see them exiting the staircase, and just as you kind of get your view, you see them turning the corner again. And you hear sounds like more steps. Like.
Yeah, let's
Should
go.
we check the next one? All right.
The floor?
On
Alrighty.
another floor?
There is no window directly below you this time.
Okay.
The nearest open window is actually by sort of a main entrance. So I'm actually going to need... call it a... dexterity... that's saving... I want to say acrobatics or sleight of hand. Whichever one, if you have proficiency in one or the other, from both of you.
I don't have proficiency in either, so it's all the same to me. I did get a dirty 20 though, so
Okay.
that's cool.
Good.
I got a 19. All right.
Okay, good.
Hey.
That is good enough on both counts.
Sick.
So as you're descending, you're getting into like the thick of these wraith hearts that are kind of ringing the
Oh fuck no.
the museum, and it's actually kind of difficult to maneuver and fly about to a point where you can see the windows. But with those checks, you all are able to kind of navigate the sea of shadow entities and make your way to the open window nearest to the main entrance. And what you see inside is probably another 30 wraith hearts milling about on this floor.
Gross.
Yeah, and as you're kind of peering around, you do see these two men walking down the stairs. The wraith hearts seem to pay them no mind. In fact, it's almost like the wraith hearts can't see them. Like they don't even acknowledge the existence of these two men.
What the fuck?
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I mean, same for us, so like big deal. Ooh.
Wow. But we can see them.
Can they see us?
I hope not.
Sorry, carry on.
It's maybe you guys are saying this in character. It sounds reasonable to freak out about. If you want to freak out some more, it's fun.
No.
So,
No, we're
Not
both
while
the
there are
types
ears
of
around.
characters. We're both the types of characters who can control our freak out and make it all internal.
Oh yeah, no.
See, that
Oh,
doesn't make me feel
internally?
better.
My
No, don't
God.
worry, it's fine.
It's most certainly not.
I know it's not, but just roll with it.
the opposite of fine. All right. So you see one of the men pull a key ring off of his belt, and begin flipping through the keys. There's like 7 or 8 of them. He finds the one he's looking for and inserts it into a locked door. Did I miss something in chat, or?
No, he's thinking, and I know what he's thinking.
Ah, okay.
To
And
tell
I
him
am-
to get back into quarantine.
I'm tempted to enable him too.
I won it.
I'll keep narrating unless you guys want to do something.
I don't think I should.
Do it.
No. No.
What's the
Would it
worst
be
that could happen?
What are
Hey.
you planning?
Would it be funny?
Do it for the.
Well,
Do it.
I could. He puts it back in his. Hold on. There's a cat where it shouldn't be. All right.
I honestly love your solution for this. It's actually kind of ingenious.
You were just so ready on the draw. That's what gets me.
You got,
Fastest gun in the West.
you gotta be ready. I mean, if he lets go of it, I could try and mage hand it.
Just like yoink it out of the keyhole?
He's got a whole key ring,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Is it just one key on it?
8 or 9. 7 or 8, whatever I said
Yeah.
before.
That's what I want.
Okay.
I could try and mage hand it.
Like when he puts it
But
back on his belt?
Yeah.
Good.
I don't know how tight, like how locked in it is there, but I feel like that's a bad idea.
It'd
You
be
would
funny.
lose invisibility.
Oh yeah, it's casting a spell. So then the only other option would be to go up there.
And take it. And then
Take
chuck
it
it
from-
across the room. So all the Wraith Hearts are like,
What?
Floating keys?
I could just Eldritch Blast him into the Wraith Hearts, and they're like, dude, and they all kill him.
Maybe.
No, I
Listen.
don't think I should. I don't think I should do anything.
What if he's just a janitor and didn't get the memo about self-quarantine?
Oh no. He's definitely not just a janitor, though.
No, if they're wearing black cloaks that billow,
Yeah.
then I think they're not just janitors.
Hey, I've got a
Listen, he
billowing
didn't-
cloak too.
He didn't choose the uniform. The uniform chose him.
I feel like a black cloak that billows is the uniform of an evil CEO and not a.
Not a janitor. No, indeed.
Uh,
Although now I want to be that evil CEO. I want my billowy black cloak.
I mean, everybody wants to be an evil CEO in their heart, in the bottom of their heart.
I'm not sure that's true.
Well,
I bet a lot of people do. I don't know about everybody.
At the very least, they just want to be evil.
Yeah, that's
Oh, yeah.
probably true.
that's fair. That's fair. Both accounts are fair.
Yeah, I want to be an evil hermit. Can I do that?
Ooh, yes.
Oh God, yes.
Wait,
please.
is that not what you are?
The weekends.
I
Don't
think
think about
that's
that
Tuesday.
That's why I haven't
Yeah.
moved our D&D games to Saturday. There'd be TPKs every week.
Oh,
Oh,
oh
okay.
no.
I'm evil on the
See.
weekends. I just
Yeah,
can't,
no, that's
can't help it.
fair. No, that's understandable.
All right, so what y'all doing? As the
Unless
key is
y'all wants to
turned
be
in the
a
lock,
really bad influence, I'm not doing it.
I think
Yeah.
it'd be funny, but all right.
I
The key turns in the lock. He opens it, pulls the key out, sets it back on his belt, and the two men go down yet another set of stairs, closing this door behind them. You hear the chunk lock as it place.
Fuck.
I should have stolen the key.
We probably would have put ourselves in extreme danger if you did.
We would have had to. Do
I'm
the
in
contingency
danger.
Plan. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'd have had to do the contingency plan.
Yeah. Should we ask the mayor about the basement before we proceed with the plan?
Make a
Or should we-
perception check, both.
19.
7.
Given the layout of the building, and the kind of construction of the door, which is it's not like a hidden secretive door. It's like a very obvious, like it really looks like it's leading to another part of the museum. So you can at least make an educated guess that the basement is more exhibits.
Good stuff.
Okay. Wait, if this person had a key ring.
Yeah.
Was he a spy?
Well, I mean, whoever had the key ring is probably a wraith that got killed. So
Oh, I guess that would also make sense.
he could be a spy, but well, okay. I'll pull a hand and fly up a bit so we can whisper.
Yeah.
I don't think we're getting down into there. Oh,
I don't think we are either.
should we? Are we? I want
I mean-
to.
I mean, I want to too. Should we at least ask what is being housed in the basement? Like what kind of exhibits are down there before we.
Before we blow it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we could. We've got time, I guess.
We probably don't have much, but we should make it quick.
Not much, but yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Alrighty.
All right. We'll use up some of the rest to fly to bolt and then
Oh, wait.
land calmly.
Before we bolt, have we got our explosion setup all good? Okay,
As
cool.
far as I know, you guys did everything you had to with that. Fail safe, and you have the.
Sweet. Okay, cool. In that case, yeah, let's go back and
Okay. It's relatively easy to find Nidrock, name.
Mhm.
Among the houses. It doesn't take you much time after you actually get back to that quarter of the city, and as you kind of alight next to him, you what you doing? What you saying? Because you're invisible, he doesn't see you approach.
Psst. This is the ghost of future past. Wait.
You will
Wait.
has been here.
This is we're talking.
wait.
Future
Diana.
past,
Yeah.
so the present.
Yes. Actually, yes.
Oh,
Hi,
that works
Ilya.
too.
Yeah, that's war talk.
Yeah.
After the first psst, I kind of figured.
That. Yeah.
This magic thing is weird, but that voice, that wit, unmistakable.
Oh. There's a basement in the museum. Why
Yes,
am I whispering? There's a
the
basement in
lower
the museum. What's in there?
It houses the stuff from the earliest years of the town's history, including Alistair's mayoral cloak and a few of the first key to the all, the first salt brick, the kind of oldest stuff.
Insight check.
If you want to be there, it's not unreasonable for you to be there, Ilya.
Oh, I thought she was.
Yeah, I thought I
she
was.
was.
Yeah, so you could totally
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Insight check.
go for it.
15.
Nothing he's said has been a lie, but there might be something else down there. Are you giving him that look?
Yeah.
What?
What else?
Well, it's probably nothing, but the brooch has or the cloak has a brooch. And in the stories, which really always just assumed there were stories, but stories that brooch was magical. It granted the wielder some power so that they didn't get hurt by fire or something, but it's never worked for anyone else. Other mayors have tried it since, and it seemed to be nothing. They were just stories.
Okay.
That would have been nice to know beforehand.
It would have been.
If I believed it at all, I would have told you, but I really don't think it's anything.
Believe in heartless shadow monsters consuming an entire town before now?
Well, no, but the brooch didn't work. They're here.
Magical secrets and legends, what these people are fundamentally after.
What people?
Oh, well, okay. So, sorry, backtrack to explain. There were people inside the museum.
Like
And
people. Okay.
Like
people,
Yeah,
and
you don't know any people in like weird black billowing cloaks, right? That doesn't ring a bell.
No.
Okay, sorry, carry on.
I have reason to believe that these are probably inquisitors from Dane, and are most likely acting on the king's orders. And the king is obviously trying to go after magical secrets. Ergo,
I see. I am sorry, but I truly didn't think it was stock to it. I still don't know if there is. It might be nothing. They might be after something else. I don't know if it's my.
well, if this is a magical brooch that wards against fire, there might be some people unscathed from the explosion that will come after us, and I think we need to be prepared for this situation.
Well, it was, as the legend put it, was used by Alistair to blast the mine open, much more quickly by himself. Shield himself.
That's frickin' metal.
Yes.
You could also say that it rocks.
Oh.
So, okay, quick aside. I'm really sorry that we keep getting distracted, but you've just
It's
given
okay,
me
it
some
happens.
ammunition,
What
Harley,
ammunition?
because not against you guys, against my coworkers. So every morning at our daily stand up, I like to tell everybody that they rock. It's just kind of my thing. But I don't just say, "Oh, you guys rock." I come up with ridiculous puns and jokes that very indirectly lead to me saying that they rock. And I am 100% using that tomorrow morning. 100%.
Much like Dwayne Johnson, you guys are all The Rock.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. I've exhausted, I think, all of the obvious ones at this point, so they're getting like really esoteric. It's awesome.
Hell yeah.
I love this dedication you have to your craft.
I don't half-ass anything.
You know, true.
Yeah,
I have never
really
seen
don't.
you half-ass anything.
Much like Bon Jovi and Aerosmith, you rock.
Whoa!
I made one that
No.
was like I don't know if you guys like Notre Dame's football stadium. They refer to as like the house that Rock built. And so I was like, you know, if you guys were all to get together and build like a dwelling, you know, you'd really have to. You might even get sued by Notre Dame because they already have the house that Rock built. It was yeah, it's something. They're not all good, but it's kind of the point
But
that
they're
some of them
there.
are really not good
Yeah.
Right,
because they're just ridiculous.
Right, I understand.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
This is the kind of shit my friend Elijah would just be totally down for.
Excellent.
He's just, when it comes to bad puns, that's what his game is.
Your friend Elijah sounds like a good man.
Yeah.
He is.
Think I'd like him. All right, so again, I am sorry for not mentioning it earlier. If I thought it would help, I would have.
Oh, it is what it is now. That we just gotta move forward with what we got. What are we going to do if we set the explosion off and it does significantly less damage than we thought?
I mean, the cloak can only save one of them.
I'd be very surprised if the explosives didn't do their job, but
I know.
if it comes to that, kind of looks at the like just off it in space for a moment and kind of thinks and says, the only way I could see that happening is if the whole stockpile didn't detonate. If that happens, go in there myself. Torch.
I don't think you'll need to do that.
I hope
No.
not either. Comes to that, I will. Please, don't worry. I've lived a
Yeah.
long life. He actually is a bit older. I've lived a long life, and
Clearly.
these people are my legacy. If the end of my life saves theirs, that is a brings me no sadness to say that.
Well,
That's our
All right.
fallback.
Okay.
Do not hold your hearts heavy for me. Do what you must, and I'll do what I.
I will respect your wishes. Oh, damn.
He's dedicated to his people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, so I guess this doesn't change anything. That's probably what they were here for. I mean, I'd like to have it, but that's risky.
It might be better to deny it from an enemy
Oh, absolutely.
if we can't get it ourselves.
Yeah, they're definitely not getting it. I would like to have it for us, but I don't see
Incidentally,
that happen. Yeah.
We're done. Whenever
Oh.
you all are ready to cut things off.
Okay.
Oh boy. Okay. I love Lydia.
Just drive by Lazy Dab.
Yeah.
It was just.
Yep, it wasn't even both arms. She does know she's on stream at this point, right?
Oh, of course.
Okay,
Yeah.
because I remember like very early on when you joined, I think you mentioned that she wasn't aware that we were streaming, and I was like, oh, we should be careful. But if she knows now, then I'll.
We're good. We're good.
Excellent.
Okay.
I suppose it's time to blow shit up.
Hell
shit up.
yes, brother.
Oh, shut up.
Well, let's go.
The
Oh,
powder in
through
the
the
keg
town.
goes boom, boom, boom.
Oh, that's a nice nursery rhyme to sing to, kid.
It's no worse than Ring Around the Rosie.
That's true, actually. Yeah.
I'm really expecting there to be a coronavirus nursery rhyme in like a few decades, you know?
Oh no. Yeah.
I mean, actually, though, like.
I don't know. When was the last time a new nursery rhyme
hadn't-
came up?
I hadn't thought of this before, but like,
It's not impossible.
it's
Especially
not
if
impossible.
people keep being as dumb as they be and keep going
Yeah.
outside and getting more people sick.
Yeah.
The last nursery rhyme to be invented was fruit salad.
Fruit salad.
Salad.
Yummy.
Yummy.
Oh gosh.
I have no idea what this reference is.
The Wiggles.
Oh, the Wiggles, dude.
Okay, okay.
All right. Fair play. Fair play.
They count. They were musical geniuses.
They count.
Fair enough. All right, so Demolitions crew, what you doing?
I guess we get back out there and detonate the bombs.
And get the fuse going, I guess.
Well, are you going back to the museum, or are you just doing?
I don't think there's anything for us back at the museum. I was contemplating using both my charges of Dimension Door to zap down in there, grab it, and zap out, but I don't. Again, I want to. I really do, but I don't think it's the right move.
I mean, it's just a lock, guys. Like, it's not like it's impossible.
It's a lock with 30 Wraith Hearts around it.
Yeah, and you guys are invisible.
I don't have proficiency in picking locks.
You got time.
I think the DM wants us to do it.
I think the DM wants us to do it.
Should we do it?
Do it.
But do I just want you all to die, or do I want you all to succeed? That's
You
the
want us
question.
to succeed? It's not a weekend.
My
Alright.
roll said
Shit, they figured it
my
out.
roll said I want to do it. I don't know about yours.
My roll said 9. I don't know what that means though.
Oof, you gotta come up with the criteria and then roll it
Yeah.
again.
I was going low is no, high is yes, and then a scale, and I got an 18, so I'm ready to go.
Okay,
Two of us
sure.
say yeah.
I will. Oh, okay. I'm adopting that scale, and you know what I got?
At 20?
20.
You know what I fucking got?
Beautiful. Beautiful.
I
Alright.
say we do it.
Hell yeah.
Alright, so
Alright.
we're gonna go invisible. We're gonna.
This is such a bad idea, but let's do it.
You know what? It was also a bad idea, but fucking awesome when Sotark jumped off of a motorcycle onto a moving vehicle.
Hell
I
yeah.
agree.
Sometimes you gotta do the stupid shit, okay?
Sometimes you
Hell
gotta
yeah.
jump onto a vehicle.
Sometimes you gotta jump onto a moving vehicle and Sparta kick a dude off.
Yes.
Sometimes you
Yes!
gotta arm wrestle a Keebler elf and lose. It just be like that.
In Sotark world, you run over vehicle.
Yes.
You turn
I was
vehicle
so happy
small.
you jumped off the bike at someone, by the way.
I wanted to do it so bad for
He
so long.
totally fucking called it. All right, before we go into bad idea land, I'm gonna take a quick restroom break. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Alright, let's actually go ahead and take a quick intermission.
Alright.
So we will be back in a little bit, guys. Maybe 5-10 minutes. Until then, please enjoy a bad slideshow of really good art. Yay, mistake.
We have the keys now?
Ah, shoot. The mic's only unmuted on the other scene, so we should replay like the last 30 seconds or so. The mayor has the keys. The fact that the mayor has the keys to the museum was canon before
Before
it was asked. But they never asked if, like, they never mentioned the locked door, so Nidrock was never like, oh, well, I have the key. But then Warthog asked, so now they have a key.
Yeah, it's just worth
yeah.
checking.
Don't commit suicide, kids.
Don't commit suicide. It's not good for you.
Yeah, that was the other thing we learned. News to me.
Important.
Yeah, what Lydia said.
What?
What did she say?
If your body wants you dead so badly, don't give it the satisfaction. You make it kill it yourself.
Make it kill it yourself.
Kill it yourself, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it is
If your
you,
body wants you
so-
dead so badly, let it start shedding off the organs itself. Don't make you do all the dirty work for it.
What if it's trying?
But
yeah,
is it succeeding?
That's the. If we stopped going for treatments, it might.
Yeah, we'll go with that. All right, so we're going.
Okay. I got dark. Yay! I might edit this bit out. I don't know. Probably
That's,
not.
you
though.
know, these. Yeah, well, you know.
We'll see. All right. So you're going.
Yeah.
Oh no, come back!
I think it was connection issues.
It's not just you, by the way. It's Discord.
Is
So I'm
it?
seeing them break up occasionally and you freeze occasionally. So it's
Okay.
I'm
yeah.
doing pretty okay, but all of y'all's video is super compressed.
well.
let
Ironically
me-
enough, you're the only one who's compressed on my end.
Yeah, you're super compressed for me.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
you look like one of those like news segments where they have to blur out the person's face,
That's
look
their
amazing.
identity.
Right. Like
Hmm.
super deep.
I'm
fried.
getting like lots of like audio cutouts is my problem.
Wonder if it is Discord then.
Yeah. Well, we'll just kind of keep going and see.
Yeah, we'll do.
Yeah.
All right. So, heading back to the museum, you get there.
Cool. Let's go in and well tweet. Does
So
it
are
look
you
like we
trying
can?
to go through one of the windows, or do you want to try and go through the front door?
We should probably try to go through one of the windows, because if we go through the front door, even with a key, like that, like
They're
Here
gonna.
we are, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
now
Stop
that's
knocking
something
at the
Nook
door.
would do. That's not something we would do.
They're gonna be like, Ted, did you leave the door unlocked?
There's a breeze here.
I know we're Wraithhearts and we're
It's-
cold, but like,
The
it'll run up
breeze
the
is
heating
rustling
bill.
my nethers.
No, Mary, you dumb whore!
We're not heating the outside world.
Am I providing air conditioning to the whole neighborhood?
Oh my god.
You see? You seen the crap I
Love
gotta put up with, Cat?
She's trying to now. Like, oh, what? Now she lost interest. All right. So, yeah, you can make it through the window. Make a stealth check for me, both.
With advantage since we're invisible.
Ooh!
Yep.
That is a nat 20 for a total of 22.
All right, I got, thanks to the advantage, 22.
All right. So 22. That's only 2 years away, or 202 years away.
Yeah.
With those rolls, yeah. The opening is a little bit narrow, but you guys have kind of gotten used to moving without seeing your limbs at this point. So one at a time, you kind of like coordinate who's going through, and Kayana probably Wartok goes through. Wartok is like, no,
Yep.
you're not going yet. Someone's gonna die.
I'm checking it out first.
Yeah.
So
If
Wartok.
someone's gonna die, I have seniority.
Yeah. I use that line so much.
You were able to kind of maneuver yourself very deftly through the opening. You don't really like scrape against the stone at all. It's actually very smooth. And Kayana follows quickly behind you, and you guys have entered the museum quite silently. The Wraithhearts within are milling about, and all the sound that kind of greets your ears, since they don't have any steps, is this just vague whooshing sound. It's very, it kind of comes in waves. A Doppler effect, but with this like dark tone.
Interesting.
Did you ask a question, Christine? Sorry, cut out and I didn't.
I think she said interesting.
Not me. I just said, interesting.
Okay.
So I guess we'll sneakily go up to the door.
Yeah, I'll let you guys use the.
Okay.
You kind of weave your way between the Wraithhearts, never brushing against any of them. Careful not to come too close. Since they're kind of less than corporeal, it's a bit difficult to gauge exactly how far away you need to be. Like, where does the entity end in the sort of shadowy aura? But you kind of err on the side of caution, maintaining a decent distance, and you're able to nimbly pick your way through the crowd. Getting up to that door, relative ease. Takes about like 2 minutes to get through.
Okay. I'll get the key out.
Okay.
Kind of gently.
I do want you to make another stealth check for this.
Okay.
With advantage again?
Yep.
Okay. 24.
All right. Just like being the water ganassi you are, you kind of like lean down and you're like looking at the lock and kind of guiding the key in, and like just putting a little bit of like water that you can create, like kind of gliding it so that the key can slide over like rusty parts or close catches. Don't.
I'm not.
Okay.
I didn't say anything.
I know.
Why are you looking
I
at
can
me?
see your face, Nick. And you manage to get the key the whole way in and turn it in the lock. You hear each of the tumblers kind of click individually, but you very slowly, so each one is nearly inaudible. None of the Wraith Hearts seem to notice you.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Sweet.
All right. So the door clicks open.
Guess we'll crack it and
All right.
head on in.
The hinges are well oiled. The door does not creak as it opens. This has only been going on for a few days, so until recently it was relatively well used and well maintained.
Yeah.
So you begin heading down the staircase, treading very lightly as each step takes you further and further into the darkness. After a few steps, your dark vision adjusts, and you can kind of make out what looks like as it's going further and further down. Okay?
Yep.
Alright. Don't die. As you go further and further down, the stairs at the close to the top, like that first flight, are salt brick like you would expect. But as you go further down, they actually become stone. As you get deeper underground, it was easier to just carve things out from the landscape rather than to construct. And you descend for what seems like maybe like 30 or 40 feet underground until you come out into a rather large cavern, the opening of which is kind of like as it grows outward to be this very tall, like probably 30-foot high ceiling. It is meant to look like the inside of a mine. So you even get like these crystalline like salt deposits, like big crystals there for show to kind of demonstrate what the salt mines look.
Cool.
Which your DM doesn't really know that much about salt mines, so I'm just speaking out my ass here, but we'll go.
That's okay.
It can be like that sometimes.
Indeed. So as you're walking through this rather impressive display of like these very large crystals of salt, and just like that kind of translucent light, what little light is there, refracted through. In your dark vision, almost looks like a hue. As you continue a bit deeper, the tunnel kind of narrows back inward to a more reasonable size, and there's a walkway maybe 40 feet long. And as you're traversing through that, it is then you begin to hear. And at first, it just kind of sounds like a murmuring. Nothing you can really make out as echoes are kind of confounding the sound. What would you like to do? About 20 feet away from the opening to the next room.
Sorry, could you repeat a little bit of that? I got a huge audio cutout.
Lovely. You are walking down a 40-foot hallway as the tunnel kind of narrows back in, and as you're about halfway through it, so about 20 feet from the other side, you begin to hear a voice. Very quiet at first, a murmuring kind of. It's difficult to catch words because the sound is echoing off the wall, confounding it.
Okay.
Hashtag destructive.
Mean? A reason to stop now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. You continue to press forward, stepping further and further through this tunnel, and it doesn't narrow, but it like feels more. There's almost an oppressiveness to the air, environment. In the entrance, the air was kind of damp, but it was cool and crisp. Not crisp, cool and refreshing, like slight, not quite kind of a draft. You could feel it was nice, but as you come closer to this other chamber, that ceases, and instead it's replaced by this kind of weight that you can. and the darkness, even with your dark vision, kind of seems to become more difficult to peer through. As you peer around the corner, see two men. One of them is the older of the two black cloaked figures you saw before. The other is a short but slim tiefling, maybe 5'2". And you can see him kind of holding this orb in front of him. And it actually looks kind of similar. It's not the same shape, but it has the same kind of refractive properties as the Sending Stone that Elite just received from the monastery. And as he's speaking, he's not speaking to the man across from him, but he's speaking to the orb. And you hear him say, "The experiment is almost complete. It's been actually rather successful. The first few cases were difficult, but as we reached a critical mass, it became easier and easier to hurt people. Just as you thought, the artifact was able to make the process more efficient. I think we've actually made some headway performing the process without it. Can create them as nothing now." Hear a voice from the other side go, "Very good. I'm impressed with the progress you've made. Now, how much longer do you think you need?"
Sorry, we hear a voice from the other side say what?
"Very good. I'm impressed with your progress. Now, how much longer do you think you'll need to be there?" The figure on your side kind of ponders for a moment and says, "Well, that depends. If you want us to get to a fully autonomous process, we might need another week or so. But if all you're looking for is improvement, we could be gone as early as tomorrow." The voice from the other side comes through again and says, "I leave it to your discretion. I trust you. You'll figure something out. Do what you think is best for your king." The orb grows dim, kind of sets it back on a pedestal, and you can see at this point they're standing maybe like 50 or 60 feet from you, and not far from them, maybe 15 or so feet, you see that cloak, and the brooch is just enwreathed in this shroud of liquid shadow, and in front of it is what looks to be a very a strange-looking clay mask, almost like a masquerade mask. It's a bit grotesque, but very intricate in its design. You hear the cloaked man you heard before say, "So, what's the plan?" And the tiefling replies, "I think we've done enough here. The longer we stay, the more likely it is that we'll lose our test subjects. We're getting fewer of them already, since they've locked themselves in that eastern quarter. Might as well move on. Destroy what remains of this pitiful little town and find the next place."
Kill them.
Oh, don't worry, we'll destroy it for you.
You actually say that?
No, God, no.
Okay.
Sorry.
I just, maybe.
Yeah.
You could say that and then dimension door out and just blow it up.
Kill them.
What a power
Put
move.
me in there.
What a power move, though.
Toss me into the ring with these boys. I'm gonna fight them. I don't like that they're gonna move on.
Oh, they won't. Don't worry about that.
The other one,
They're getting a nuke dropped on them.
the black cloaked man says, "Oh shit! I clicked off of my notes."
Honk.
Wendrake, how long do you think it'll be before the device is ready? And the tiefling, whose name you now know is Wendrake, kind of looks back at the cloak and says, "With that, I don't think it'll take us more than 3 more days, maybe 4. But that'll have to wait until we're at the next test site." Sorry, Christine, you're cutting out a lot. I think you were about to ask something, but I couldn't tell what. Was there something you were saying, Christine?
Mm-mm.
Okay, cool. Excuse me. The two of them begin to walk over to the cloak, and you see Wendrake pull from his sack what looks like a small like marble-like thing. Your passive perception is 19, Kayana?
Yeah.
Okay. You can tell its color. It seems to be like an opalescent, kind of like reddish orange.
Okay.
And he holds it up to the cloak, kind of just right up against that mask, and he places it in the eye socket of the mask. As he pulls his hand away, it stays there. And he pulls a second out, puts it in the other eye socket. And you see both of them kind of begin to darken and dim. The brooch on the cloak, the shadows around it begin to kind of writhe and grow. And they shoot forward and grasp onto the mask, and burst downward, kind of in an instant, filling out the form of a Wraithheart.
Oh, I don't like that.
And the two men kind of step away, and the Wraith begins kind of gliding forward. The mask is now gone. It seems to be part of the Wraithheart's body now. But they have another that the human man takes out of his bag and kind of begins preparing to put it up. But the Wraithheart, meanwhile, is kind of aimlessly sort of drifting about in an area, maybe 20-foot circle, and Wendrake walks over to it, and it kind of like slowly comes to a halt regarding him, and he speaks a word in a language that you all do not recognize.
Can I look at the subtitles?
A word floats out in front of you, and it says no.
Ah.
Aw.
Damn! Oh, what a fucking team.
Sorry. They're not subtitles. I'm sorry. But as he speaks the word, the Wraithheart
Shaking
kind
my
of
head.
like the eyes glow for a brief moment, and then it turns and begins heading towards the two of you.
We'll go to the side.
Okay. You kind of make yourselves scarce and flatten yourselves against the wall of the tunnel. The Wraithheart glides past, and you again hear the as it does so. You can smell like freshly baked clay as it goes past, but like tinged with this acrid, ashy scent.
Mm.
What would you all like to do? The human man is now going about setting up the next mask.
Kill him.
I mean, I want to.
Yeah, I want to, but they'd probably make a lot of noise.
Do either of you know silence?
So,
No.
I
Damn.
will, out of character, I will mention something that I don't think has come up before, or if it has, it came up long enough ago that I had not watched enough Matt Colville to formulate this opinion. I am of the opinion that using combat mechanics for out-of-combat actions is stupid.
Yes.
In many situations, examples being, yes, I'm invisible, and I go up to the guy and I stab him in the throat with my dagger. Okay, that does 1d4 damage. It does what? Like, I'm sorry, huh?
Assassinate him.
I'm putting
Okay.
my knife in his jugular. Yeah, 1d4 damage. No, that doesn't make any sense. So things like that, it is difficult. But if you guys are able to sneak up on them, you can effectively coup de grace them.
Get this
Okay.
cinematic Assassin's Creed kill.
Oh yeah, these are people, not Wraithhearts, so we know their weak point.
Yeah.
They're humans, so
Yeah.
everywhere. Um,
One of them's a tiefling, so like not on the horns.
so yeah, not the horns. Oh.
Oh no.
And actually, the tail is made of adamantine. It's not.
Oh fuck.
It's
Oh,
not.
fuck.
But you know.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
I've got it.
Ooh.
Are we about to perform a assassination, kinda?
I think we might. So.
If you can just
Pardon
make
your
a wall
child,
of
make them
spikes
do
in front of them,
crimes.
I can insert them into the wall of spikes.
What?
Make a wall of spikes in front of them.
I cannot make a wall, but I could make a floor of spikes in front of them.
What if you made a floor of spikes on the wall?
Ugh.
A floor of what?
Floor of spikes, but it's on a wall instead of a floor. It's still a surface.
I'll allow it.
Um,
Are these actual
I
spikes or is this
mean-
thorn?
the spell very clearly says ground.
Ah, you're underground.
Yeah, this is carved out ground. This isn't
If
like
the-
a manufactured wall.
I am
Okay,
also
if the-
not a fan of Vancian magic, and so I think things like having to, like, in combat it makes more sense because you have to focus on things in the moment, but you're casting magic just like you are trying to make a spell work. You can bend it a little bit.
If the DM allows it, I could make a wall of spikes.
I already gave you the meme. What more do you want?
Is this how we want to try and assassinate them?
Cheese grater.
This isn't even cheese grater. This is just.
I
This is just
mean,
impaling.
I don't
Pin
know.
Food
cushion.
processor.
I got
The-
2 guns.
So the alternative, I have blight prepared.
What's Blight do again?
So especially if I upcast it, it's just a wave of necrotic energy. At the highest level I can cast it, it would do damage, half on a failed save.
How much
How much
damage? She
damage?
cut out.
9d8.
So I will say for something like Blight, it probably doesn't become an auto kill. the outright lethality of something like pushing them into a wall of spikes is higher than...
Sorry, what?
I would say the outright lethality of pushing them into a wall of spikes is higher than the lethality of casting Blight. So Blight would probably do its normal damage, but the other spell has a decent chance to just kill them.
I think Blight is what happens if we mess up and they don't die. If
yeah.
they don't die, you Blight. I tentacles to make sure no noise can get out.
Sure.
And then we just kind of pummel them.
Okay. All right. I'm down with that.
Okay.
This is such a bad idea.
Hey,
All right.
what did we just talk about like maybe an hour ago? Sometimes you gotta do the bad ideas.
Sometimes you gotta do the bad ideas.
Sometimes you
will-
gotta be
Stories.
cinematic.
I will
Alright.
cast Spike on your signal whenever you're ready. I will cast Spike Growth on a wall, and you push those motherfuckers into the wall.
I will do it. And if you need to look away after you cast Spike Growth, that's fine. It's probably not going to be pretty.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we'll get up to the door, and then
Get on the floor.
actually no, I need both of my hands
Everyone do the
ready.
dinosaur.
So I'm getting ready, and then I'm just gonna elbow tap Kayana twice.
Spike Growth is cast, the arcane energy just ripples through the air, and you see the wall just suddenly, like, these huge crystalline spikes of salt crystal just pierce outward, forming into, a wall. What is it, 20 feet long?
It is a 20-foot radius sphere.
All right, so, okay. It just, yeah, it just,
The
like,
entire room has now become an Indiana Jones trap.
yeah, like the back wall and like up into the ceiling, just like all of these spikes of salt crystal just get just erupt from the walls, and they're like inches from them on all sides. And no sooner do they like react, like just barely have time to react, than Wartalk is able to cast his spells. And is it a saving throw, or is it just spell attacks?
Eldritch Blast I'm using, so.
Yeah, the push
the
isn't a
attacks.
save though, right? It's just if it hits.
Oh yeah, the push is not a save.
Cool. All right, roll
It
your
just
attacks with
happened.
advantage.
Okay. Yeah, the first rolls were better. 22 and 28.
Yes, easily. So I am going to give them a save, not against being pushed, but outright dying.
Fair.
So gold is the Wendrake, and silver is the minion. Okay. Wendrake got an 18, and the minion got a 15.
Okay.
Wendrake's is enough to not outright die, but
I got him in the shoulder or something, not the head.
yeah, it pushes him, and it pushes him into the spikes, but they don't go like all the way through. But the other one is just immediately impaled on this wall of spikes. Just like 7 or 8 spikes are just like through him at all angles. One of his like kneecaps is kind of like on a hinge, and it just kind of like dangles there. It's nasty. He's kind of broken in a few ways.
Me too.
So wait, Christine, did I just manage to undo your aphantasia for like a brief moment? Did you like see that? Or was it just the description?
You didn't manage to undo it, but body horror gets me every time.
Okay, alright, I'll take it.
Body horror gets me every single fucking time.
That's really interesting. I feel like that's hard with not being able to visualize it.
I mean, I can conceptualize without a hard image.
For sure. It's just
And
like
it's the
horror,
concept.
at least to me, when I feel body horror, like it seems like it comes from the visualization of it. It's just interesting. It's not anything to dwell on,
Yeah.
sorry.
I can conceptualize a dangling broken knee enough to the point that I am still disturbed by the thought.
Excellent. Good. That's what I was going for.
Good work.
Thanks, but also
Yay.
fuck you.
Yeah. Also, he does take 10 damage if that matters.
It does. He also takes the damage from entering the spikes.
Excellent.
Which is 2d4, so I guess I should roll that.
And boy, did he enter those spikes.
Hey.
That is 6 spike damage.
All right, so he has taken 16 points of damage. He is still alive. He wheels about, and you have both revealed yourselves now.
Yeah.
And
That scream was also in character.
excellent. And he sees the two of you, and I will give you all one surprise round to do things, and then actually go ahead and roll initiative.
Sure.
Yeah, he rolled a 2, so
Oh, thank God.
Get him!
Actually,
I
that
rolled
would
a
have been-
14.
yeah. That would have been your surprise round, so it'll be normal initiative. But you rolled a 14. Warthog, what'd you get?
7.
Okay, so both of you are still
Better
going
than a
before
2.
him.
Yeah. Okay.
Get this bitch.
I think it's a total of
We're-
like 4 for him, but it doesn't matter.
We're gonna cast Starburst and just try and finish him off. That is 21 to hit.
That hits.
I'm going to kill it. That's 12 radiant damage.
12 radiant. Okay, he's taken 28 total. All right, so as he turns around, he's just immediately caught full force in the chest by this sunburst, and it kind of just like sears one of the wounds. Like you could see the flesh like cauterize over. No, it's not fire damage, but flavor. Warthog, what you doing?
I'm gonna. Actually, He's still on the spike though.
He's kind of wrenched himself off of it, but like
Put him back.
flavor-wise, he's yeah. If
I'm
you
gonna...
pushed him, he'd still take the damage because he'd be pushed further into the spikes.
Can I do this? All right. I'm
Pull him
gonna.
off and put him back.
That's kind of when I was leaning. Yeah. No. I'm gonna. Okay. I'm gonna talk this out. First, I'm gonna cast Hex on him.
Okay.
We're gonna do that. We're gonna hit him with that. Then, the radius of the spikes. Are there spikes like here behind me?
Not
Like,
you,
in
no.
the
You're
room?
far enough away that they're not behind you, but they're like
Let me rephrase what I'm actually going for here. If I pull him 25 feet, would he hit a spike?
no.
Okay. Then I'm gonna hit him with Eldritch Blast now, and I'm just gonna push him onto the spike again.
Okay.
That's gonna be 18.
That does hit, yes.
Okay. 2, 8, 13 damage.
Okay.
Pushed.
Is that with Hex?
Yes, that was with Max.
Cool. And pushed back into another 2d4.
3 spike damage.
And
He was
then
at 36 before, so now he's at 49 and 52. Okay.
hit him again for hits 24.
You're pushing him further back on the spike?
Yeah, pulling him out won't do anything, so I'm just gonna push him again.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, I gotta roll this.
No, you
It
don't.
reminds me of those like
10 damage.
You don't have to
Oh.
roll damage, because at this
Okay.
point, it's again just the cinematic bit. The damage might matter if I made you roll it, but effectively, yeah, he's been pushed onto a spike, which is probably sprouting through somewhere in his abdomen, and then you
Yeah.
just shove him 10 feet further back on this, pyramid-shaped spike of salt crystal, and the hole just kind of grows so that there is this probably like 9 or 10-inch diameter, just piercing, impaling spike going through him.
That's what we
I'm
call
covering
extreme
Kiana's
gauges.
Extreme.
No.
Okay, yeah, no. Just,
For the
just
body
covering
modding
Kiana's eyes
community,
now.
extreme gauges.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, wait, what are you doing?
Covering Kiana's eyes. Okay. I'm gonna
I'm just gonna
get the
turn
brooch.
around and not look.
Yep. You turn. I'm gonna walk in there.
All right.
Can I? Is the mat? They were fiddling with the mat, so it's like floating up there.
No, he didn't have time to finish putting a new one up.
Okay.
But also the cloak is like in the range of the spikes. It didn't get torn or anything.
yeah.
It just got kind of pushed by a few of them.
Okay.
I'll dispel the spikes.
All right. The body flops onto the ground in a pool of its own blood.
Bodies.
Yes,
No,
bodies.
you can't call that a body anymore.
Did you just?
What?
Oh, okay. Okay. I thought it was more than the sound. I thought you were implying you were aroused by the situation, and I was like,
No. No, that's just the body hitting the floor.
Oh yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna walk up now.
That's the blood dripping.
Oh God.
I'm gonna walk up now. I'm gonna
All right.
pick up the cloak.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick up their fancy sending stone.
All right.
I'm gonna pick up. Oh yeah.
New
It
phone,
kind of
who
fell to the
dis?
floor, so you have to kind of lean over to grab it. But
Oh yeah, no, I'm reaching
yeah,
around
no,
and
I'm just.
picking stuff up. Their bag of fancy gems.
Oh, okay. You go over to one of the bodies and you just kind of step in the blood and just get right in there and.
Just
You actually,
Sure.
the bag was kind of pierced by one of the spikes, so you have to kind of like get your hand in there and like you kind of rub into the wound a bit and pull it off. Just
I'm gonna prestidigitation it off.
All right, I'll stop, Christine. I think you've had enough torture for the night.
Sorry, I'm just trying to get the loot. And
One
then
sec, I
while
have a
we're
gift
here,
for this.
I'm gonna go ahead and it's your new favorite gift.
It's one of my new favorites, yeah.
It's pretty good though.
That's
While I'm
amazing.
here, can I like do they have anything else of note on them?
Make an investigation check. We're not gonna describe how you do this.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Investigation, probably nothing special. Oh, but it's +3, so that's 16.
Okay. You do find a pouch of 1,000 gold pieces.
Okay.
You also
Therapy.
find inside of that bag is mostly small, round. I say pearls. They're not literally pearls. Pearl size and shape of fire opal. They've been like polished and refined.
Oh, okay.
Is what's in that pouch, and there's quite a lot of them. 2 dozen. And the bag is like not very full. Yeah, the 1,000 gold, that sending stone, and also find in. So I mean, you could take like a look at their weapons.
No.
None of it is super nice. Like, it's good make. There is also a letter on Wendrake's person. It is
That I would like.
blood-soaked, and so a lot of the ink is hard to read. But
These
you
things.
might still be able to make out some of it should you take some
Okay. Just write out blood-soaked letter.
time.
And then I'm gonna take the mask too, if that didn't get like broken or.
It's totally.
Okay.
Sorry, did you say what the letter said? I didn't.
I did not. I said he could
Not yet.
possibly read it if he. It's kind of blood soaked.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
We'll
Yeah.
clean it up later.
Yeah, I think that. All right. I think we've got what we came for and what we can get here. Shall we go blow up town now?
I guess so.
Light up the night.
Yeah. All right.
Right. It's 24 fire opal pearls, 1,000 gold, a blood-soaked letter, and a mask.
Yep.
Alrighty. So, as you go up. Oh, are you doing anything with the brooch and/or the cloak? Should ask.
I don't think we're putting them on or anything. We're just hiding them in a bag.
Or taking them with you, though?
Yeah.
Okay. As you take it from its place, the brooch kind of reacts to your touch, and the kind of whirling shadows that.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Okay. Good. It's all fine. Okay. We'll put that in the old bag of holding, so it's not here.
As you go up the stairs again, keeping quiet, you're very close to the end of invisibility. Not quite out yet.
Okay.
As you emerge onto the upper floor, there are no wraith hearts.
Oh. Oh, that's not good.
Or is it?
Well,
Is there any trace of them?
I don't
Is
know.
the door ajar?
It could be good, but I also don't trust this.
The door doesn't look like it's opened.
She's not loading back in for me. I don't know about you guys.
She's not.
Oh man.
Like I get it and everything, but that
that's
timing.
funny.
Mhm.
That was impeccable comedic timing.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Oh.
No, come back.
Alright, that's okay, because I was actually thinking this would be a good place to leave. Oh, okay. Alright, cool.
Hello. Hello.
She lives.
Hello.
Oh.
You hear us?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Absolutely.
Alright, I think this will actually be a decent place to leave off.
Okay.
So we will pick up there next time, with Wartalk and Kayana going to actually explode the town.
Or maybe not now.
Maybe not.
Okay. I think I'm back.
Okay, cool. Just to preempt any more problems, though, and because it's getting kind of late, and because this is actually not a bad place to leave off, we are going to wrap up
Okay.
there. So next time we will open with you guys maybe or maybe not blowing up the town. We shall see. And
Okay.
yeah, I think that does it. So thank you everybody for joining us on tonight's episode of BionD&D. And as always, may all your rolls be lucky. And then I have to give it like 10 seconds for the stream to catch up so that recording doesn't drop that bit off. It's real nice.
Yo, you guys assassinated 2 dudes.
Yeah. Yeah, we did.
Yeah. I'm pretty proud of us, to be